Mm-hmm.
Quarrelsome means who fights with you.
Argumentative. Mm-hmm. Somebody who enjoys getting into quarrels is like a constant dripping. Houses and wealth are inherited from parents, but a prudent wife is from the Lord. Better to live on a corner of a roof than share a house with a quarrelsome wife. If you ever see a guy sitting up on his roof on the corner somewhere, it gives you an idea of what's waiting inside. Better to live in a desert than with a quarrelsome and ill-tempered wife. A quarrelsome wife is like a constant dripping on a rainy day. Restraining her is like restraining the wind or grasping oil with the hand. You can't do it. It's impossible. You can't restrain the wind. You can't grasp oil with your hand. It's a warning here. There is no if you have this, then do this. It's just a warning that is what he's teaching his sons. Okay, to be aware and be careful when you're picking a wife of these things. And we as parents should be teaching our sons the same thing, right? Of what a godly wife looks like, and if not just teaching them scripturally, but we should be able to point to their mothers as the example of what a godly wife looks like, right? And so, this is not all just falling on dads as parents or teachers, but moms, because you're teaching your sons what kind of wife or what kind of things is acceptable for them to put up with as a wife or to be okay with as a wife, whether that's a quarrelsome woman or a wise woman, a woman who loves God, a woman who is disgraceful to her husband. All these things, okay, they should be taught by mom and what that looks like. You have a question?
Kind of. I just wanted to make mention too, if they're in a marriage where the wife is quarrelsome or argumentative or dishonoring or disgrace, the answer isn't just leave her and divorce her. The answer is go to your closet and pray for her. And God can change her, and goes both ways for husbands and wives.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you'll see there's a lot more in Scripture that talks about husbands. There's Proverbs. There's a couple verses where it talks about wives submitting to your husbands in the New Testament, but for the most part, this is pretty much it, where it talks about what godly women, wives, moms should look like. And so, men, you're not off the hook just because this section is not covering or talking about you. Because ultimately, we are the leaders of the household. We are the leaders of our marriage. We're the leaders of our families. We're going to be held responsible when Judgment Day comes and have to give an account for how we led. Okay, wives are not. And so we need to understand that is something that is going to fall on us ultimately as husbands and as fathers. And so it's even more important that we teach our sons, that we teach our children the importance of selecting or choosing a godly woman to be your spouse. Proverbs chapter 14, verse 28, kings and rulers, a large population is a king's glory, but without subjects a prince is ruined. A king's delight is a wise servant, but a shameful servant incurs his wrath. The lips of a king speak as an oracle, but his mouth should not betray justice. I have no clue how much time I've been going because we restarted. She asked for prayer for her godmom, Amanda. Kings detest wrongdoing, for a throne is established through righteousness. Kings take pleasure in honest lips. They value a man who speaks the truth. A king's wrath is a messenger of death, but a wise man will appease it. When a king's face brightens, it means life. If his favor is like a rain cloud in spring. Arrogant lips are unsuited to a fool, but how much worse lying lips to a ruler. An evil man is bent only on rebellion. A merciless official will be sent against him. A king's rage is like the roar of a lion, but his favor is like dew on the grass. A king's wrath is like the roar of a lion. He who angers him forfeits his life. Understand here, as we're going through this, we might be thinking, we're not kings, we're not rulers, we're not presidents, we're not government officials. We might not necessarily specifically have a place of authority like a king or a ruler, but this is Solomon again, speaking from his perspective. And Solomon was a king, the king over Israel. And so he does have that insight of what the wisdom of a king should look like. Okay. And so, like I said, there's something in the Bible for all people. And so if I was a king, if I was the president, this is something that I would probably know like the back of my heart if I wanted to rule with godly wisdom. Okay. Or no, like the back of my hand, like the back of my heart. Is that even possible?
Maybe.
I don't know.
You gotta be a doctor.
Yeah. And so, again, you might be sitting there thinking, okay, this is great. I know none of us are kings, okay, unless somebody here watching or happens to come across this, happens to be a king somewhere. Then this would directly apply to you. But there's wisdom in all of this for everybody, not just kings. Okay, we can be a king over our home, over our house. Okay, as a father, as a parent. You might be a single mom. Okay, I guess that would make you the king over your home if you have children. Okay, and so this does apply to all folks, but from his perspective, he was writing this literally as the king of Israel. Okay, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. He directs it like a water course wherever he pleases. Love and faithfulness keep a king safe. Through love, his throne is made secure. A wise king winnows out the wicked. He drives the threshing wheel over them. That doesn't have to just be a king. Okay, that's just something that a wise leader or parent should do. Winnow out the wicked. I'm assuming in the context here, winnowing would be like getting rid of, okay, or shooing away, pushing them out, the wicked. And then he drives the threshing wheel over them. He who loves a pure heart and whose speech is gracious will have the king for a friend. When you sit to dine with a ruler, note well what is before you, and put a knife to your throat if you are given to gluttony. Do not crave his delicacies, for that food is deceptive. This would just be, again, wise words for in case you're ever going to sit in front of a noble king or nobles or in that setting, I guess. Don't just gorge on whatever's put in front of you because it looks delicious. I wouldn't have known unless I read this. I like to eat, so. Chapter 24, verse 21. Fear the Lord and the king, my son, and do not join with the rebellious. For those who will send sudden destruction upon them, and who knows what calamities they can bring. It is the glory of God to conceal the matter. To search out a matter is the glory of kings. As the heavens are high and the earth is deep, so the hearts of kings are unsearchable. Remove the dross from the silver, and out comes material for the silversmith. Remove the wicked from the king's presence, and his throne will be established to righteousness. Do not exalt yourself in the king's presence, and do not claim a place among great men. It is better for him to say to you, come up here, than for him to humiliate you before a nobleman. That's pretty good wisdom for everybody, right? Don't just assume that you, in whatever setting, you shouldn't just exalt yourself. Okay, it's just be humble. Okay, show humility. Don't just assume your place up at the highest ranks of wherever you go. I don't care what your position is, because at some point you might find yourself in a place where you don't belong there, and then it's going to be more embarrassing when they tell you you're going to need to step down. And it's better for them, for people to publicly say, hey, you come on up here, you belong up here, okay, and allow others to exalt you. Don't exalt yourself. When a country is rebellious, it has many rulers, but a man of understanding and knowledge maintains order. A ruler who oppresses the poor is like a driving rain that leaves no crops. Like a roaring lion or a charging bear is a wicked man ruling over a helpless people. A tyrannical ruler lacks judgment, but he who hates ill-gotten gain will enjoy a long life. By justice a king gives a country stability, but one who is greedy for bribes tears it down. If a ruler listens to lies, all his officials become wicked. If a king judges the poor with fairness, his throne will always be secure. All right, next subject or next topic is for messengers. A wicked messenger falls into trouble, but a trustworthy envoy brings healing. Like the coolness of snow at harvest time is a trustworthy messenger to those who send him. He refreshes the spirit of his masters. We don't necessarily have messengers these days. We have, I guess, maybe depending on where you live, there's couriers there's like those bike couriers. I think there's movies about it or whatever, who carry letters and packages from place to place because it's pretty quick or whatever. But in the old days, that's basically how everything, all word was spread, right? It was through messengers. They had personal messengers. Kings had messengers that they would give letters to, messages to go take, far and near, to handle their business. Companions. I think we can all learn from this one. I'll have some more of those. Those are good. The pecans are good. It's a sweet nut. You'll like it.
Where's it from?
It's from Israel. All right, companions. Real quick. We got these pecans.
There's also these.
We get all kinds of things from Israel. It's one of those to help support the nation of Israel and the people of Israel. Like you give a certain amount of money or whatever a month, and they send you like these packages they put together from like different local, small, family type, size type vendors, businesses and stuff. And man, the stuff that they send, and it's literally from Israel. It's from the Middle East, from different, and there's like letters from them and all kinds of notes and different stuff. But everything that they send is so amazing, especially like the food is delicious. They're very, they send like jewelry and stuff. My wife could still wear all their jewelry.
Or give them.
Or she gives them away as gifts. But anyway, that's what I'm eating right now is a pecan. So, on that note, don't forget, Amanda's calling again.
Who's calling?
Don't forget to pray for Israel, right?
Is that cutting out the
It's God's
video
people.
now?
No.